As the Toronto Raptors gear up for a monumental clash against the Boston Celtics, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is more than just another game. It's a defining moment late in the season that could shape the Raptors' playoff destiny. With Toronto still in the thick of the battle for postseason positioning and Boston solidifying its status as a top contender in the Eastern Conference, this matchup promises to be a true test of character for the Raptors. Coming off a much-needed victory against the Memphis Grizzlies, Toronto is looking to build on that momentum. That one was a breath of fresh air after a streak of inconsistent performances that has left fans feeling anxious. But let's be clear, while that one was crucial, the Celtics represent a formidable challenge that requires an elevated level of execution. The Raptors need to capitalize on their recent success, but can they maintain that energy and focus against a powerhouse like Boston? At the heart of Toronto's strategy is Scottie Barnes, who continues to be a linchpin in their system. His versatility as a scorer, playmaker, and defender is invaluable. But there's a shadow hanging over that potential: his health. Barnes has been visibly struggling with hand discomfort in recent games, impacting his shooting consistency. In a matchup against Boston's tenacious defense, that could prove to be a detrimental factor. The Raptors need Barnes at his best, not just to score, but to facilitate and create opportunities for his teammates. Speaking of teammates, RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram must step up in this high-stakes encounter. Their roles are pivotal as Toronto seeks to balance its offensive output. Both players have the talent to be aggressive and efficient, but the key will be their ability to connect and contribute consistently. It's not just about individual brilliance. It's about the collective effort to disrupt Boston's rhythm. Another critical element for the Raptors is ball movement. When Toronto shares the basketball, they become a much more dangerous team. However, against a disciplined squad like the Celtics, long scoring droughts will not be tolerated. The Raptors must be sharp, quick, and intelligent with their offensive sets to create the open looks they need to stay competitive. Defensively, the Raptors face their own set of challenges. They must be disciplined, focused, and aware. Limiting easy baskets and controlling the pace of the game will be vital. Boston, with its depth and defensive versatility, is a tough nut to crack. The Celtics, led by the dynamic duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, have a scoring arsenal that is hard to contain. Both players can create their own shots and possess the ability to score from anywhere on the floor. Let's not forget about Boston's three-point shooting prowess and their fluid ball movement, which can stretch any defense thin. The Raptors will need to be on high alert, ready to switch defensive assignments and close out on shooters effectively. If they allow Boston to dictate the tempo, they could find themselves in a deep hole very quickly. As we look at this matchup, a crucial battle will unfold between Barnes and Tatum. Tatum's size and scoring ability make him a daunting challenge for any defender. But if Barnes can hold his own while also being aggressive offensively, it could tilt the scales in Toronto's favor. This two-way duel will be pivotal, not just for individual stats, but for the overall flow of the game. Yet, the biggest question looming over the Raptors is their ability to maintain offensive consistency. In matchups against lesser teams, they have managed to recover from slow starts. However, this is not a luxury they can afford against Boston. If Toronto finds itself struggling to score or falls into a drought, the Celtics have the capability to build a lead that could prove insurmountable. This is indeed a daunting challenge for the Raptors. Boston has the edge in experience, depth, and overall consistency. While Toronto has shown flashes of brilliance and the ability to compete, they'll need to execute near flawlessly to emerge victorious. If the Raptors can bring urgency, limit their mistakes, and receive strong contributions from their key players, there's a glimmer of hope that they can keep the game close. But with the Celtics' overall strength and cohesion, it's clear they enter this matchup as the favorites. Now, as we transition to our next topic, the focus will shift to how Toronto can adapt their strategies moving forward, especially as they navigate through the final stretch of the regular season. The Air Jordan 7 Raptors are making a comeback, and for die-hard fans of the Toronto Raptors, this isn't just a sneaker release, it's a cultural event. After a 15-year hiatus, the excitement surrounding this silhouette is palpable, especially considering its deep-rooted connection to the Raptors, a franchise that wasn't even around when these iconic shoes first dropped in 1992. The colorway, with its striking black suede uppers, charcoal accents, in vibrant true red and purple touches, mirrors the Raptors' identity and evokes a sense of nostalgia that Raptors fans cherish. It's worth noting that the Air Jordan 7 Raptors has only been retroed twice since its original release, which makes this upcoming 2027 drop feel monumental. The rarity of this silhouette is no accident. Demand remains sky-high, evidenced by the fact that prices for the 2012 pairs are still hovering around the $800 mark on resale platforms. This is not just about sneaker culture. It's about a legacy intertwined with the very essence of the Raptors story. For a model that has seen so few retros over the past 3 decades, the anticipation is understandable. Previous reissues of the Raptors AJ7 have faced scrutiny for their variations in shape and detail, often falling short of replicating the magic of the OG. However, whispers from sources like House of Heat suggest that the 2027 version is set to honor the original design more faithfully than ever. This could further escalate demand for a silhouette that is long overdue for the appreciation it deserves. Let's not overlook the historical significance of the Air Jordan 7 itself. Michael Jordan clinched his second NBA championship while rocking these very shoes, yet they often get overshadowed by flashier models. Designed by the legendary Tinker Hatfield, this innovative silhouette was the first in Michael Jordan's line to drop the Nike Air branding, signaling a pivotal moment for the Jumpman legacy. The AJ7's design introduced features like a neoprene inner sleeve, reminiscent of the Nike Air Huarache and Gary Payton's glove, which provided a comfort and fit that was ahead of its time. The Air Jordan 7 Raptors is not just a performance sneaker. It embodies a swagger that effortlessly translates from the court to the streets. With a release on the horizon, the sneaker community isn't just eagerly waiting. They're ready for a revival of a championship silhouette that resonates with the spirit of the Toronto Raptors. This is more than footwear. It's a piece of history, a symbol of triumph, and a nod to a franchise that continues to fight for greatness. In conclusion, as we count down to the anticipated release, it's essential for Raptors fans and sneakerheads in general to recognize the significance of the Air Jordan 7 Raptors. This isn't just about a shoe. It's about celebrating a legacy that intertwines with the very fabric of Toronto's basketball culture. As we gear up for 2027, let's keep the conversation alive. Share your thoughts on this much-anticipated return and what it means for both sneaker culture and Raptors pride. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below with your opinions on the Toronto Raptors.